Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Janean.Shaday, where I bring to you lifestyle vlogs, beauty, hair, and everyday like home decor content. So if you are interested in any of those topics, definitely stay tuned. This video, however, is going to be different from the usual videos that I've been putting out. Lately, I've been doing the lifestyle vlog thing, but this video has really been on my mind and my heart to do. I want to do a sit down video, a sit down talk video. So this is gonna be that video. I'm going to be talking about habits and like little tidbits of the things that, or like I said, habits that I'm gonna be bringing into 2024 to continue to improve my life. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So first and foremost, it's almost 2024. I'm looking down at my notes, but it's almost 2024. Can you believe that? Like, literally, 2024 is tomorrow. Like, this year has flown. And I feel like year by year, the years are just flying. Like, life is just passing us by. Like, it's crazy. But it's crazy. And I blame technology. Literally, back in the day when we were smaller, and maybe it's just that I'm just older. But back in the day, it seemed like life was like, it took its time. But I think with the advancement of technology and so many other things, it's like everything is instant. Everything is instant and it's so quick. And even now, we're in December, and already, like in October, they were already like putting out Christmas stuff at Hobby Lobby. So it's like y'all rushing the moms, like y'all rushing time. Like, can we slow down? And like, I feel like that's literally been getting to me. Like, I've been in a funk because I feel like we finna die soon. Like, life is life, and I get older. No, but seriously, I don't mean I'm about to die, but you know what I mean. Like, before I know it, I'm gonna be like 50 years old. But either or, yeah, it's about to be 2024, y'all. That's crazy. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into the video. So I have my little notes here, and I'm just gonna go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, six little tidbits. And I'm not gonna try to drag these points out, but I want to get the point across. And like, I'm talking to y'all, but I'm talking to myself as well, like with some of these tips and like habits. Some of them I've already been incorporated into my life, so maybe you can do that. And some of them, it's kind of like, girl, get it together, you need to do this one, or you need to do this one more. So yeah, the first habit or tip is the mental health topic. And that's pretty much putting myself first before anybody else. As selfish as that sounds, you cannot pour from an empty cup. And what I mean by that is take care of yourself. Like, and I say this often, like, this does not define me, but this is like kind of to help other people in a way, and also to continue to help me. I'm not just a mom, and I'm not just a wife. I have to take care of myself. I have to water myself. And I mean that, like, for instance, in small situations, I find myself, I go to the store and I'm buying my kids stuff, not myself. I'm doing for the house, but not for myself. And it's like, girl, when I say mental health, 2 things that actually help with my mental health, or just help with, you know, me, my confidence, self-esteem and stuff, was I made one major thing that I did was I cut my hair this year. If you know me, my hair is down my back, and I'm still getting used to this haircut, and I'm like so quick to throw on a wig. But I've cut my hair not only mental health, but also because it was getting damaged. But also, when I did cut my hair, I've been wanting to cut my hair for a while, and that was the opportunity. Like, okay, girl, cut your hair. This is the time. So I cut my hair, and I gotta boost the confidence. Like, you couldn't tell me nothing when I cut my hair. Like, what, who, why, what? Like, you couldn't tell me nothing. So I cut my hair, and like, my confidence went through the roof, and that just made me feel like, wow, like, what? So, and that made me happy. I did that. I didn't really get any opinions from it. I didn't care about anybody's opinion. One, to stop caring about what other people got to say about the decisions you want to make. Stop looking at people to validate decisions that you want to do. Stop asking other people their opinion. If you want to do something, do it. Do what makes you happy. I cut my hair. I started to dress more like I wanted to dress. Urban, sneakers. And not to say that anybody had an opinion about it, but I started to put more into how I dressed, how I looked. Things of that nature. You look good, you feel good. I am a firm believer that, again, don't look to other people to understand the things that you do, or the things that why you want to do. You are a completely we are all individually created, and we are different. We are literally all different. Ain't not one person on this earth the exact same. Maybe identical twins, but they look the same, but there's also that small feature on them that is different. So stop looking for validation through other people. Pour into yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup. That's something that I'm gonna continue to do, as I've already started this year, and I've noticed a drastic change. Continue to pour into myself, as you should do as well. Number 2 is family and boundaries. Creating a healthy family life, life, work, family balance. So what I mean by that is every other Monday I have off, and I'm able to pour into myself. So I go out and do things that I like to do and enjoy myself. And that's something that I've already started doing, that I'm gonna continue to do. So I get one day out of the week like solely to myself. And I mean, I can get other days, but like I know that Mondays are my days. Then is another day during the week I'll probably plan with my kids. Like, okay, this is the day that this is me and the kids. Not that none of the other days aren't, but like this is the day that we go hard together. Like we gonna do a big activity. We gonna do this thing. And then it may be another day where I'll just spend with my husband, where it's just me and him. We go out on a date night, or we do something together at the house without the kids, without social media, just creating that healthy balance to where you're pouring into all the pots that you got going on. And I say that, and it may sound like, well, you got Tuesday and you got all these other days. But honestly, realistically speaking, when you're in a marriage and maybe even a serious relationship with kids and stuff, life ain't roses and flowers all day, every day. Like life ain't like that in the movies. You got responsibilities, you doing life, you tired half of the time. So it ain't like y'all doing it every night. And just like being realistic, it's not happening like that. At least not for us, because we're doing a lot of other things. So to create that healthy balance, you got to schedule that time. And if you know you need it, hey, I'm gonna need Monday. Hey, let's do Tuesdays, our days. And then you rework it to create that healthy balance between life, work, etc. So whatever relationship that you are in, try to create a healthy balance. If you know you're spending 80% of your time here and 20% of that time, your time here with your loved one or with your significant others. And I think this mainly applies to like you and your significant other, or if you have kids and stuff. But make sure your relationships, or you're creating a healthy balance, and you're feeding into yourself, but also feeding into your relationships, like your friendships. Nowadays, it's like, oh, I'm too busy, I can't get together. You got to make sacrifice to be with your friends. You got to make sacrifice to love on your friends and do things of that nature too. So any relationship, you want to create those healthy boundaries. Number 3 is going to be social media. And I can literally yap away about social media. It was crazy because I was just talking to my mother about it. Like, social media will real life, if you're not strong, and what I mean strong, like if you don't know who you are and know your purpose, and I can't say that, because you cannot know your purpose but still be strong, or whatever. Social media will literally, it can work against you, because social media will have you rethinking your life decisions, feeling like you're not a good mom, feeling like you're not a good wife, feeling like you're not good enough for life in general. Social media will have you depressed, and it's kind of like, hold on now, like it will take you there. And social media, be intentional with your social media time. And if everything is good and you can hop on there for hours and hours, power to you. But I feel like at some point or another, it will have you second guessing or neglecting real life, like responsibilities and stuff, or neglecting hygiene, neglecting a lot of other things if you aren't careful with your time on social media. And if you find yourself in a spot where you're constantly scrolling, try to unplug. Try to read a book, try to go out, try to do regular everyday life, not social media, internet life. And if you find yourself constantly like in gossip and drama and stuff like that, you start to become who you surround yourself. And the same goes for social media. You looking at all these gossip pages and you talking, you're more prone to gossip and continue to do the things that you see online. That does not just happen with kids. It happens with us as adults. You continue to watch encouraging things, you will be encouraged. You know what I mean? And people don't realize they don't realize that social media can either work against you or for you. The power is yours. So when things go wrong, it's not up to Mark Zuckerberg or all of these social media people, like creators. It's not them that's the issue. It's you. If you're finding yourself constantly on gossip pages, that's because if the algorithm feeds you what you want to look at. So if you continue to follow gossip pages, gossip will continue to pop up on your feed. It's going to get you anything that continues you to watch, anything that can keep you on the social media platform, they're going to feed to you. People don't realize that, but that's facts. So try not to, try to declutter your social media. If you got shade room, the neighborhood talk, boss talk, gossip pages, try to delete some of them pages off you and look up more inspirational things that can uplift you. Try to so the algorithm can work for you. When you sign up for these social media platforms, they're not just putting gossip pages in front of you. They're not just putting violence in front of you. You're going to look for these things. So be intentional with your time. A lot of time, I go through my little social media rants or whatever, but then I have to cut myself off like, girl, you've been scrolling for like 2 hours and you got stuff to do. But try to be intentional. With me, I'm going to try to incorporate just being up there a lot for posting for business reasons, because I do create content for brands and stuff. Try to post for those reasons and minimize my time with just random scrolling. If I have additional time after all my responsibilities and all, it feels like I have a million responsibilities. It feels like I never have a lot of time. But when I do find that little bit of time, just give myself, hey, you got about 30 minutes and then you got to get back to life and get back to doing what you got to do. So be intentional with the time that you have on social media. Relationships is number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Relationships. Stop for me. I'm going to stop trying to force relationships to happen. I'm going to pour into the people that I have now. You don't ever want to chase after people and if you find yourself constantly meeting resistance with trying to be in a relationship or friendship with somebody, more than likely it's probably not for you. Not for you in this season. And I mean that friendships is not for you in this season, but if you're trying to chase a relationship, it probably you might be dodging a bullet. Like you might just need to go the other way. If you constantly meet in resistance, girl, those are your red flags. You need to retreat, turn around, go the other way. But with me, I grew up around a big family, and I feel like I miss that. I miss the element of having a big family, having a lot of people around me, and that's no longer my life. Like I have to create a life that I love, a new life, and I find myself trying to chase relationships because I'm so used to being around so many people. And I've learned that this year, like you can't force certain things and force certain expectations on people. You can't force relationships. So if you find yourself in that predicament, that may just help you. That tip may just help you. Do not force relationships. If you're meeting great resistance, the relationship is not for you at that moment. You just kind of got to realize that and be grateful for what you have in the moment and love your situation at that moment, because any given time it can change, and it can change for the worse. You start to try to chase other relationships and you have a great relationship with these people over here, and then you chasing the relationship over there, and these people leave you, and these people weren't for the people that were for you in the first place. So be mindful of the relationships that you are in and that you are if you're trying to build relationships, do not force them to work. It's a reason why. So yeah. Lastly is God, and just being transparent. God, I've lately this year, more close to the end of the year, I've been trying to read my Bible more, and I'm still not there where and that's just me being real. Like life gets the best of me sometimes, and I'm still working on being discipline and scheduling that time. But my relationship with God looks different from everybody else's, and yours will too. Like as a Christian, and I know Christianity right now is trending and it's popular, but it's a lifestyle for me. And I know if you're seeking a relationship with God, you can go on these blog pages and they have like rules on do this at this time, I'm gonna do what works for me. And I think you should do the same. If you desire a relationship with God, or you struggling with your relationship with God, at the end of the day, God knows you. He created you. And that's as cliche as it may sound, is he knows your heart. But in order for us to get through this thing called life, we need God. We need him. Like, that's just the bottom line. We need God. So your relationship will look different from other people. I'm not in the space no more where I can compare my relationship to others. Nor am I in the space anymore where I could try to be like others and have a relationship, try to replicate a relationship that someone else has with God. It will never work. The time that I spend with God, I'm going to do the best that I can. It might be 10 minutes now, 40 minutes later. It's going to be different. So, and that's like even just with praying to God, I look at it as having a relationship to God. There's times where I'm just paying homage and I'm just, you know, worshiping him. God, you're grateful. I worship God throughout the day. God, you're so good. Thank you. Oh my gosh, God, you're so good. And I tell him about his goodness throughout the day. And then every now and then, you know, I do my best to try to get the scriptures to back it up and do all that. I ain't there yet, but I'm learning and I'm slowly building that. But I simply just, the way I do it is have a conversation with God. I find the best time to talk to God is in the shower. I don't know why, but that's where I'm telling him about my day. Like, God, look, my husband is on my nerve. I'm like, Jesus, God, like, this situation, I really need you to give me the strength to get through this conversation because I don't know how I'm gonna do it. And I'm just, you know, having that conversation to God. And that's how I pray. I have that conversation. God, please help me deal with the situation. I don't know what I'm doing at the moment, and I need for you to help me. It sounds crazy, it sounds ridiculous, but I know God is listening to me. I have a hard time sometimes speaking to God because he can't talk to me and I can't hear him. Human hearing him, auditory, like I can't hear his voice in that way. But I'm realizing that his voice is in his word and I need to stay in his word. And I'm trying to do that day by day. I'm trying to slowly do that. When I wake up in the morning, a habit that I've become accustomed to, I give God thanks. And I'll pop on a worship song. I'll pop on a Bible study that I've been reading, or a sermon to just fill me up with his word. But then I also still try to read the word for himself, because the word is not gonna, the way people tell you the word is gonna hit different when you read it. It's not gonna hit the same that people tell you, if that makes any sense. So that's something that I'm trying to stay on top of, is being in the word, because it's gonna hit different for me, and that's how I'm gonna hear his voice more and more. And the more time I spend with God is the more he's gonna fill me up with him. The more I learn about him, the more I can become like him, and we can become one, and I can be thy good and faithful servant at the end of the day. But no, spending time with God is a tip. If you don't know God, please get to know him. If you don't desire to have a relationship with him, please find a spiritual leader, or we could try to do it together or something. I don't know. But try to develop a relationship with God. And if you do have a relationship and it's not the best, try those little things in the morning, 5 and 10 minutes. And I don't want to sound like these blog pages. However, when doing so, always keep in the back of your mind, your relationship is going to look different from other people. And don't ever think you're not enough for God and what you're doing is not enough. Just try to do the best you can within your relationship with him, and not try to be like nobody else, because at the end of the day, God is great and God is good, and he knows you. Even when you come to him at your most vulnerable, broken state, he knows you. And that's another thing, and I'm gonna end this video on that. Stop talking to other people about any situation that you in. A lot of times people on this earth can't even help you with. We go to these people trying to get them their opinion and try to have them validate our feelings and stuff. And a lot of times I feel like that hurts more than it even helps. Because now you're at risk when you over there venting to people. You're at risk for them to tell your business to somebody else. You're at risk for them to judge you. You're at risk for them to give an unsolicited opinion or tell you something that you don't want to hear. But you talk to God. He hears you in the spirit realm, and he can fix your problems. Nobody on this earth can fix your problems the way God can. He can only fix your problems if you come to him, if you open your heart to him, if you go to him and you allow him to do so. So, yeah, that's another thing. Stop venting to people. They can't fix your problem. The only time I'm doing that is if God put on my heart that I need to speak to my spiritual father or mother or my husband about something that he's really like, girl, you need, like, in my spirit or my heart, where I feel like, girl, you really need to make that right to your husband, or you really need to talk to your husband about this. Other than that, I'm not saying nothing. I'm just going to go straight to God. We go to people first. When we skip over God and we find ourselves in these situations where, again, somebody done told our business or somebody done judged us, now we worse off because we still feel a way about the situation, the initial situation. Now we have another situation because the other person ain't. We could cancel that out by just talking to God. That simple. So again, that is it. Those are my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tips, habits, whatever you want to call it, that I'm taking into 2024 with me. You should try some of these habits, tips, even if you tried them already. If you know this video could help somebody, send them this video. Also, I love talking, as y'all can tell. If y'all want to talk, if y'all want to hear my opinion on any one of these, because I could talk about social media. We could talk it up, we could chat, we could become friends. And you know, God. We can talk about God all day. And yeah, that's it. I hope this video was helping somebody. I hope it helped somebody. Thank you guys for always supporting me, the subscribers that I do have. If you made it to this part of the video, give it a thumbs up. Matter of fact, comment down below what's your thoughts. I need for y'all to start commenting on my videos. Comment down below what's your thoughts on this video, and so we can chat, like me and you can have a conversation. If you are currently if you feel strongly about one of these subjects, definitely comment below. I want to talk. Like, I want to create this community so we know one another, and y'all could be my friends and we can become friends or whatever. But thank you so much for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate all the support, and until next time, bye.